Hey Thermomix lovers, it's Wiki from Wellbeing. I have had quite a few people who have been reaching out to learn how to use the Cutter Plus for the TM7, so that's the cutter, the grater and the spiralizer. So I thought it was just easy if I just jump on and do a video. I actually keep all of my, people are like, where do you keep all the attachments? This is from Kmart, great little box, and it just fits everything in there really nicely, and I keep that in the pantry. For the other bits and pieces, I've got a drawer down here that the Varoma slips into, and it's really, really handy. Right, so very similar to the TM6. The only difference, I mean, there are a couple of differences. So I'll start off with the shaft. This just fits into your bowl, and it sits on top of the blade. Biggest tip, never leave this in the bowl, because if you leave it in there, forget about it, and you grind up something else with it, it will shatter. Now, this is a lot easier to know which way that it goes, because it's got this place at the front, and that slots right in there. This slots on the this is the top for it, and that slots in there. Now this is the blade for the slicer and the grater. The way that I remember it is that whatever, it has got a dark grey, which you can remember is your slicing, light grey is your grating. I like to remember it as whatever blade is sitting up, that is the one that is what is up is what it's doing. So this is the slicing up, and you will see that if we go that way, the grating is up. You can also have two settings, so it's either a thin or a thick. So I'm going to thinly slice some kumara, because I'm going to make it into kumara chips. So I want to make sure my slicing blade is up. So I put that into there, it slots into there, and then it just slots down into there. Now this is your feeder. You'll see you want this to feed through quite easily. This gets a little bit stuck, so I'm just going to slice off a tiny bit of kumara so that that feeds through there, and I think it'll be okay. So what I'm going to do on my Thermomix, I'm going to come into my manual modes. I'm going to scroll all the way down, and I want to go to slicing. So I'm going thin. So I'm just going to feed this through here, and hopefully that's not too thick. And I'm going to push that, and I just have to, it's not a lot of force. It is literally just pushing really lightly. And let's hope that I have selected the right mode, and I have. So as you can see, these are beautiful thin kumara slices, which I'm then going to make into chips. Now the way I do that, I put it onto a big lined tray, I lay them out individually, I spray them a little bit with olive oil, I sprinkle them with salt, you can put other flavorings on them, and then I bake them in the oven at 180 for about 6 or 7 minutes. Make sure you keep an eye on them, because they do turn very quickly, but you know exactly what's going into them, you know ingredients, they're healthy, they're not deep fried, and they are delicious. And kumara chips are so expensive to buy. So if you wanted the thick for scallop potatoes, then just choose the thick, fire it through, and it'll just come out in a flash. Because I'm grating, I now need to flick my blade over. I'm going to slot that in, and I now need to go back to grating, and I'm going to do thick for this one. And so all I've got to do is, if I can fit those in together, I can, and I'm going to press start. And I mean, look how quick and easy that is. I do a lot of fermented food, so I make my own kimchi and I make my own sauerkraut. This is an absolute time saver, because I just fly all my different types of cabbage through. I grate my carrot, my apple, my daikon radish when I'm making kimchi. I make the paste with the chili and the garlic and the ginger and the spring onions. So it's just all done really, really simply and quickly. Okay, so there's my grated If you're wanting to save time and make a coleslaw, just make the coleslaw in the bowl. If you're wanting a little bit more finesse, then use the grater and the slicer. I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. And now we're going to do the spiralizer. And I am a bit of a spiralizer snob, actually. I have tried every spiralizer under the sun, and this is by no end the absolute best one. Now, I will talk you through this. It has 2 blades. Okay, this is your blade. You can see that it's got a thicker blade. If you want to do thick zucchini noodles, if you want to do thick potato noodles that you put onto a stick and then you can air fry them or put them in the oven, that's the blade that you use. I find that I use the spiralizer the most because I love spiralized noodles. So just to show you how to use it, how to change out your blades, this flicks out of here. And it will be stiff for the first time, but then you'll totally get used to it. So it's got 2 little pincers on there. If you pinch that off, then this comes out. You have it facing downwards, and then it is so that it spins it around. This has to be in perfect alignment. See? And then it just clicks into place. Okay, so again, taking that off, putting that onto there, and then flicking that into place. And then this here, just the other way around, see I still slots into place like that. Now, well, I actually find it easier, rather than putting it on here, I find it easier to go directly in here. So I line up my flour with the flour on here, and then this is lined up with this. You'll see it on the top video. See, it kind of just slots in. This, then you line that up there and put it down like that, and it slots in. Now this is the trick that I didn't know for ages. With the spiralizer, you need to see how there's some, it's a bit hard to see, gridded lines there. If you press down, you will see that this actually comes off. This becomes your feeder when you're spiralizing. So then we're going into spiralizer. If you're going thick, you are using this blade. If you're going thin, you're using the green blade that is in there. And if you look in there, you'll see that the blade is sitting in there. Okay, so now another trick with your courgette or zucchini, don't cut that bit off, because that's what comes onto here, and you'll see as we finish it that that is because it leaves a little bit of a chunk on the top there. Okay, so now I go like this, and I'm just again feeding it slightly down. And these will last for ages in the fridge. So as you can see, it comes out with a little bit. That's why I leave the end on there, so then you use the most of the courgette. And now, let me give you some space. Look what we have made. We have made beautiful zucchini noodles. So I hope that has been super helpful. My name is Wick Nixon from Wicked Wellbeing. If you're interested in having a demo to learn more about the Thermomix, I would love to have a chat. I look forward to seeing what creations you make using your Cutter Plus.